I know a lot of our listeners, the IABC community, they are focused on building brands either within their own organization for their clients, but I think we all understand and know it's equally important to really focus on your personal brand. So,
Yes.
I mean, what advice do you have for folks working on that personal brand or, developing it?
Yeah, this is something that is near and dear my heart for many reasons. I can tell you honestly and personally, if I had not decided 10 years ago to build my brand for myself, to have a voice today in the tech industry and the platform that I serve, we would not be having this conversation today on this podcast. And the reason for that is when you endeavor to share your thought leadership, share your learnings, do what we're doing right now and sharing stories about what is happening in my world and yours and in the world at large. That thought leadership feeds into the machine that is the global communicators and communications and marketing society. It drives and it feeds and it influences, and we learn from each other. A lot of mistakes are made around in the thought process of, well, I spend a lot of time marketing my brand. I'm communication worked out. I'm burnt out because I spend. So I always say in this space, date the brand, marry yourself. Your learning experience is yours. Your thought leadership is yours. Things that you've come across are yours, and important to share them because you're also learning individually. The brand is one thing and you're over here. And we not only do we need that in our communities, but at the time we know I mean, unless somebody's hoping to work for the company until they die, at some point you grow apart, you stop dating your company, and so the brand. And so who are you representing? In the end, you represent yourself. For me, as a Latina woman in tech, to have the voice that I have today is important because I drive thought leadership, right? I'm sharing my thoughts, I'm sharing what I'm learning, and I get to do that. And I wish there were a lot more like me out there, and I hope there's more. But representation is important, in diversity of thought is important. And so we need not only the CMOs talking, we need people like me and you at the forefront, connecting with different business functions from the different business functions. 'Cause I know communicators, are not only in marketing or sales. And so how are you experimenting? How are you seeing? Where are you piloting? We can learn from each other. And that is the voice that nobody gets unless we're connected at some point. So it connects us better. It gives you thought leadership, and it gives you also, it's almost like it's a badge, right? Because people are like, hey, I know she's doing this for the brand, but she's doing, but now I know what she's really doing, right? So a title is like, oh, Miri at Microsoft. Okay. But when I talk about my how-tos, when I talk about my learnings, when I talk about that's my voice and that's me learning these things, then you could see the how to, and we can learn from each other. So I think it's very important to build your brand.